All right, so I'm doing week 3, discussion 2 for ITL 520. And today we're going to be talking, in this discussion, we're going to be talking about metacognition and how it pertains to a student's overall growth in reading and comprehension. So first we're gonna go ahead and take a look at myself. Describe your reading experiences. What are your highs and lows, interests, and regrets as they relate to reading? Just looking at myself as a younger reader, I enjoyed books of adventure, but I only liked a few of them, I would say, and environments really needed to be quiet. I wasn't very into reading, didn't feel like it was joyful. I would rather watch TV. But as going through school and gaining an appreciation for reading, because it helped me learn new topics instead of just reading because it was part of an assignment, I was able to build skills that helped me set times in my day to dedicate towards reading, and doing this important skill to set time aside to dedicate towards reading, I was able to build the habit of reading every day, and that habit has helped me one, prepare my body for, okay, now it's time to read. And I know that I'm about to get into a more state where I am intaking information and I'm thinking about it in my head as I'm reading it. Maybe I'm jotting down notes in the meantime on things that I'm reading. And where I used to enjoy books of adventure, maybe now it is self-help books or books on business and finance and less of the fictional adventure books, but books that just help me learn things in general. Okay, so what is metacognition and how do I understand it? Metacognition is the ability to think about thinking, and I understand it as a skill that a student can develop as a way to learn about themselves as readers and learners. Do they study well? Do they study while they're reading? Do they highlight information? What is the way that the words on the paper go into their brain and they actually learn stuff from it, and they're able to put their own opinions to it. They're able to decide if they like what is on the paper or they don't like what is on the paper as they're reading it or as they're reflecting upon it. That is all, to me, that is all what metacognition is, instead of just reading information and being able to recite it. I think some good strategies for what students can use nowadays to help with whether they are understanding the information or not is through practice tests, and more modern practice tests that students can easily access is Quizlet. That just is a tool that they can go ahead and put in whatever book they're reading or a topic that they want to know about, and that online source can provide flashcards for students to go ahead and assess their ability to learn the information that they're trying to learn about. So moving on to the next one, what does metacognition look like as it relates to literacy in a secondary classroom? To best support metacognition in the secondary classroom, teachers must be able to hook a new topic. I think this is a big one because as students are now drawn to this new topic, that is when interest levels are at its highest. And I think that is when teachers have a very valuable moment to be able to prepare the student's mind for what they're about to learn. They could also do things such as providing vocabulary exercises for new words that the students are about to read. This will help students feel less lost when they are reading, to help further their comprehension. And then teachers can go ahead and provide times for reflection after reading exercises so that students can hear the perspectives from their peers about what they just read. And then next is going to be what could metacognition practices look like in my content area. My content area is physical education, and I think PE could be best used for metacognition to properly introduce new topics to my class that intrigues interest to start learning about it. So an example for a topic could be a hydration topic, and ways that I can intrigue my students about it is just to simply ask them a question, an intriguing question of something they might not know, something that is actually interesting to them. Is I could say, how much water do you think you need in a day to sufficiently be hydrated for not just activity, but for bodily function? They go ahead and give me an answer, and then I can throw in a little fun fact for them and just say, well, how much water do you think an average milk cow would need in a day? And for those of you that are interested, a human would need just under about a gallon of water, not just to be, obviously people can go days without it, but to be hydrated, you need about a gallon of water a day. A milk cow can drink up to 100 gallons of water a day. So that is something that I found very interesting, and something that I think my students would find interesting, so that they would want to learn further about why hydration is important. Why does a cow need to drink 100 gallons of water in a day to stay hydrated? What is the reasoning behind that? And that's where we would get into our topic. Now moving on next to how can I encourage and promote metacognition in my classroom when students are being asked to read? I can promote metacognition in my classroom by allowing time for structured reflection during our warm-up activities. Again, warm-ups are a great time to not only be productive with physical movement and movement prep, but they are a time when conversation can be introduced to the class. Students can share, something that they did over the weekend. I can go ahead and introduce new topics, set expectations for the day, set expectations for the week or the following weeks. And that'll just help students be able to set their minds into what they're about to do for the day or the week, so that they are best prepared to learn that new information. So that is my understandings for metacognition in physical education. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Look forward to your comments.